A very good morning to Dr. Zufami. Now I'm going to start my slide presentation. Allow me to share my screen. Okay, so this is my computational thinking project 1, which is the unplug activity. My activity is related to plant growth, so I name it as static growth. So the problem statement for this whole activity is how to grow a plant, and the material and apparatus needed for this activity is green bean, water, cotton, and also plastic container. So this is the outline of this activity. For this project, okay. This project is about growing plants. The plant selected for this project is bean sprout because it is easily available, cheap, and easy to grow. This activity is very simple to conduct because it only requires 2 persons, which is one given instruction and one follow the instruction. This activity involves a few parts, which is the first one, preparing the foundation for plantation, which is using cotton, plastic container, plastic lining, and many more. The second part is plant in the seed, and the third part is start some activity, for example, game to earn the basic needed for plant to grow. I choose this type of activity because I can easily involve computational thinking elements in this activity. There are some elements are involved in this activity. For example, decomposition, pattern recognition, algorithm, evaluation, generalization, and also logical reasoning. Now I'm going to go through it one by one. The first one, decomposition. Decomposition is a process of breaking down complex problems into smaller and more manageable parts. With decomposition, problems that seems overwhelming at first become much more manageable. In this activity, the decomposition element is shown when a person able to break out the whole planting process into a simple part. For example, first step, put a cotton lining in the plastic container to replace soil. The second, spray some water onto the cotton to ensure moisture. And the third step, put the seed onto the lining. And the next one is spray more water onto the seed. And finally, the last one, put the whole container on balcony to ensure the plant receives sufficient sunlight. The second element is pattern recognition. Pattern recognition involves finding the similarities or pattern among small decomposed problems that can help us solve more complex problems more efficiently. The element can be shown in a small game, which I named it as Joker Poker. In this game, the setup is put 5 pairs of cards on the table, all facing down. One pair of Joker card is hidden between those cards. The participant need to flip open the card and remember it and flip it closed again. The participant will success when they found and match the pairs of Joker card. The computational thinking skill is shown when the participant tend to remember and recognize the card among all those cards. And finally, by remembering the pattern, the participant managed to solve the game. Now I'm going to move into the third computational thinking skill, which is the algorithm. Algorithm is used to develop a step-by-step process to solve problems so that the work is more replicable by human or computers. This element is shown when a person managed to follow the step required to grow a plant, which is as following. You will notice the step is quite similar to the decomposition skill because these two skills is actually connected, and yeah, it's so it's pretty similar. Now the next one, evaluation. Evaluation is the process that allows us to make sure our solution does the job it has been designed to do and to think about how it could be improved. The element can be shown during the second game. I name it as make your choice. In this game, one person will put many cards with different substances stated on it on the table. Meanwhile, another person will choose the basic need for plant to grow among all those cuts. This action will show the evaluation skill because the person need to think of which substances is harmful and which substances is harmless for the plant. And now the fifth computational thinking skill, which is generalization. Generalization is the process of adapting, formulate solution or algorithm into different problem states, even if the variable involved is different. In this project, I adapt this skill by adapting the knowledge of biology into real-life process. Example of knowledge I adapt into this project is knowledge about plant growth. For example, imbibition. It is a process of water absorption by the seed until the seed rehydrate and swell. This will then lead to the germination of the seed. The second biology knowledge I apply into this project is respiration. Initially, their respiration may be anaerobic because they are cotyledon to supply the energy needed for growth. But soon it will become aerobic and it needed oxygen to continue their further respiration. And the third biology knowledge I apply into this project is effect of light. The seed that respond to light for their germination are named as photoblastic. Green beans are an example of photoblastic seed. And finally, the last one, I apply logical reasoning skill into this project. Logical reasoning is the ability of a candidate to understand and logically work through the concept and problems expressed in words. This skill is shown when I manage to understand the whole scientific process carried out by the seed, and also I can explain this whole process using words. This is all the elements I involved in this project. Thank you.